Gibraltar, I went away to study physics, and I am now on the academic track. I would like eventually to be faculty at university. I study and research particle physics, theoretical particle physics, which means that I work closely with the experimentalists at the big particle physics experiment in Geneva, which is called the Large Hadron Collider. The ultimate aim is it's a very pure aim, it's the pursuit of knowledge really. It's to figure out what rules the universe works by. We have so far an incomplete set of rules. The idea is to push the boundaries of our knowledge so that we complete the set of rules to the best of our ability, and in a way that, most importantly, to do that in a way that can be tested by experiment. So can be tested currently at the LHC, at CERN, or to be tested at future accelerators like the International Linear Collider. There are efforts in the works plans in the works for colliders at higher energies that can probe even deeper the fabric of our universe and the rules that our universe works by. I did always know that I wanted to be a scientist. Those were science and maths were the things I enjoyed most at school. At the beginning, when I was younger, I thought I wanted to be a doctor because that's the only thing you think of. You're interested in science and you want to be a doctor. It was always sort of a struggle for me to decide between physics and biology because they were really my two loves. And I never really made a decision, I think. I tried to apply to places where I would have the choice later on. And then I ended up choosing a university that I had applied to study physics.
Guys, our topic is encouraging women in science. Can you at least play a less sexist game?
How is it sexist? My character wields a battle axe as well as any man.
I have to say that when it started, I absolutely hated it because it propagated all the stereotypes. Actually, I didn't think so much about the woman stereotype. What I thought most about was the physicist stereotype. Nerdy guy who has no idea how to function in society. And I think over time I've come to see the funny side of it, but I have to say it was against my better self. Why not celebrate women? We celebrate everything else. We celebrate parents, we celebrate children, we celebrate birthdays of famous people. Why not celebrate women? Of course, you shouldn't need a particular day on which you celebrate women, but it's nice to bring everyone together and say, this is the day that we're going to focus on women's issues. For me, at least, the most important thing is the lack of a good education, because I think that would enable women to overcome all the other issues. If you have a means to support yourself, you don't necessarily have to depend on someone else for your support. And so if you are being in an abusive relationship, you're much more able to step out of it because you can support yourself. So I think education really is the key. I think with women in STEM fields, there's a lot of attrition along the way, and I think that there's no one reason why this happens. I think one issue, as I mentioned before, was the lack of women role models. But I also think the systems are such that there's a lot of inherent bias without there being any overt bias. Actually, the successful women who've got tenure that I know of, they put off having families until they have tenure, which brings you into your early 40s before you have a family. That's an example of the system being inherently biased. So I think that puts off a lot of women from pursuing careers in the sciences. I would say that to any young people now who are thinking of pursuing in a career in science, I would say, if it's what you really love, don't let anything get in your way. Don't let anything discourage you, anything or anyone. The road won't be easy. It's not the easiest. An academic career is not the easiest thing in the world. It takes a while. There are times when you feel like, it's a real slog. It's hard going. It's not all inspiration and joy. So if you really love it, then you can get through those times that are hard slogs, but don't let anything get in your way.